Good evening. There are two things. One is Newcastle. They are strong at home. And they started winning. And when we were in the match, when we scored the goal and we had one very good chances to draw with Oli, the second half we started trying to change and trying to control of the game better than the first half. And when they scored the third goal, the match finished. But really, Newcastle, they deserved it in 90 minutes to win.
Alexander, first of all, congratulations. 5-1 opening day victory. Did that exceed any expectations that you had today?
Yeah, maybe if you look at the score, you know, it's the first game of the season. They can be a bit tight, but yeah, we wanted to give a good first impression, obviously win the game. But yeah, very, very positive that we managed to score so many goals.
Well, he's certainly a player that Eddie Howe relied upon last season in the absence of Callum Wilson when he sustained a number of injuries. And he started him today. Callum Wilson was on the bench. And once again, Darren, he delivers.
He does, yeah. Again, two good goals, two very different goals. But someone, again, who just knows where the back of the net is, always seems to be in the right place at the right time. He's got incredible movement, always seems to keep himself on side, and that there is a really good goal. And to be fair, that's probably the easiest part he had to play in that goal because he keeps himself on side. It's a really well-worked free kick. And he's in where all good strikers should be, right on that penalty spot, and he taps in the empty net tray. Yeah, it's a brilliant finish. I mean, the control as well. He didn't slash it. He just got to get his leg over it, get his knee over it, keep it down, and gives Martinez no chance. But again, Simon, you rightly said, he could have started with Wilson in goal up front today, but he didn't. It was a big decision. Isak or Wilson to start, and again, Eddie Howe hasn't made too many wrong decisions since he became Newcastle manager, and again, he gets a spot on. We start with Alexander up top today.
A big moment for him indeed. And what do you like about him as a striker?
His movement and his finishing. He's so calm in front of goal and he's stronger than you think. Because you look at him and he's not the most physical is in terms of his stature, but I mean, it's poor defending, but calm in front of goal. I mean, as we spoke about, that's such a good finish because you've got Konza on your left-hand shoulder, as you can see here, which is really bad defending. He's got Martinez coming out, making himself big. I mean, he's got Pau Torres trying to get back on the line. But here, the only option he's got there is to scoop it. And he manages to get it over Martinez, over Pau Torres. And it's a really clever and precise finish. Really, really good goal.
Yeah, really good goal. And I guess that is exactly what will get the fans excited and up for this new season because everyone's waiting to see, aren't they, Shay, whether Newcastle can build on what was delivered last season. We've got to talk about Tonali, though, because we often talk about new signings taking time to settle. Yeah. But he didn't show any signs of that.
Yeah, well, he's come from Serie A in Italy, of course. You know, it's a different country, different language, obviously different teammates. There's lots to settle in really quickly, Seaman. But I think, you know, getting them in early, getting them in for the pre-season, getting them in, you know, getting to know his teammates and getting to know the city a bit as well. And today, obviously, gets his goal. This is a couple of minutes later. He could have got 2 on his debut. You know, it's an all-round, all sort of conquering midfield display. You see him at the top of the picture here. He's involved in the set play as well. You imagine the set play coach at Newcastle, whoever that is, Jason Tyndall, whoever, you know, he has to kick all this information on board through a different interpreter, whatever it's going to be. But it's produced a great cross to the back post and they score from it. And again, he's just covered every blade of grass. He was chasing the keeper down one time in the first half. He's the last minute, he's getting in the box. He's just all over the place, you know. And I think it's a brilliant debut, perfect debut.
Do you know what as well? As a centre forward, he must be a dream to play with because he's one of them midfield players, creativity that you make the run. You get some midfield players that maybe will look at it and go, do you know what? No, I can't quite play it. He knows full well when he gets the ball, you see Isak spinning him behind, Harvey Barnes spinning him behind, Callum Wilson when he plays spinning him behind. Because the ball, he sees a pass and he delivers it with quality. So it's going to get that relationship between him and the centre forwards is only going to get better.
Does he ease the pressure on Bruno as well? Because he was relied upon heavily last season.
Yeah, well, Bruno got booked today as well. He's hot-headed at times, Bruno sometimes, isn't he? And I think he just protected him, took him off with 10 minutes to go. And Tonali showed his versatility as well. So he went back into the 6th position and sat nice and comfortable, keeping the ball simple. And again, we talk about the Champions League Newcastle have this year as well. Yeah. So these players are going to be so important.
Yeah, and so too will Callum Wilson. Now, we said he started on the bench, but he came on and he delivered. He's now scored in the last 4 opening games for his club of the season.
Yes, I mean, really good goal as well, really well worked goal. I thought he was offside at first, well, not him, Harvey Barnes, but really good finish. And that's Eddie Howe. You want your 2 centre forwards to be pushing each other because Callum Wilson would have been disappointed that he's not starting today. Of course, he wants to play, he wants to score goals, he wants to be the main man. But the fact he's coming on, as he did last season when he didn't start, and having an impact, scoring goals, that's all he can do. He's coming on with the right attitude, and he could have had a couple. Harvey Barnes under hit one, which Martinez made a really good save. But All Callum Wilson can keep doing is coming on, having an impact, scoring goals, and wait to get his opportunity.
And also the key is to keep him fit as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's why Isaka took off today as well, because he had injury problems last year as well, Seema. So with them two, if you keep both of them fit on all fronts, then they've got a chance.
They have indeed. But what about Harvey Barnes? Because he made his debut in a Newcastle shirt and he delivered as well.
Exactly, really good goal. And we see him for Leicester in this type of position score so many goals like this. It's a really, really good finish. I mean, one thing we know about him is that he's lightning quick, he's powerful, he can get into the right areas, but it's that final bit of decision making. Can he improve on that? And when he gets in this area here, again, really nice finish. Waits for Martinez to go down a little bit and just lifts it into that far corner. And that's a really good sign.
Good addition.
But you can imagine as well, he's probably disappointed he didn't start today as well.
Yeah.
And he's raring to get off the bench. And he gets off the bench in front of that home crowd, which we all know is phenomenal, and gets the all-important goal. So straight away, his confidence is up in a black and white shirt as well.